Sparks of Tomorrow might have the most ironic anime title of the year, because 6 episodes in, this gorgeous show about electricity is still really struggling to find its spark. Set in an alternative version of Meiji-era Kyoto, the world of Sparks of Tomorrow is dominated by steam power, while electricity remains an almost impossible dream. Kihachi once shared that dream with his older brother Seiroku. Together they filled the mysterious 20th century electrical catalogue with ideas for inventions that could transform society. But when Seiroku went to war and never returned, he took both the catalogue and Kihachi's confidence with him. Years later, the book unexpectedly reappears through Inako, the daughter of a sake brewing family who is being pushed towards a political marriage with the heir to a powerful steam conglomerate. Kihachi and Inako begin bringing the catalogue's ideas to life, often using electricity generated through manual pedaling, resulting in a new invention almost every episode. Now, it's a genuinely brilliant premise. Alternative history, full-blown steampunk, and 2 young people attempting to drag the future into existence before the world is ready for it. Add to that Kyoto Animation, who deliver the concept in a stunning, beautiful fashion. The animation is exceptional, Netflix's budget here clearly on show, but it is the background art that really defines this series. Its soft, impressionistic, almost watercolor-like environments make this version of Kyoto feel warm, smoky, and handmade. Machinery moves with convincing weight, small character gestures are beautifully observed, and they really pop off this waterbrushed background. This is easily one of the most visually distinctive anime of the year, and it will definitely hook you in early. Unfortunately though, whenever these stunning characters begin interacting with one another, the spell is often broken. The cast are either over-exaggerated or under-emotive, one-note personalities where many conversations just lack a little bit of spark. Kihachi is supposed to be an insecure young inventor slowly rediscovering his belief in himself via the electric catalogue, but his nervous reactions are pushed so far that he frequently becomes more of an irritation than somebody you can sympathise with. Inako and the wider group can be endearing, and the comedy for the most part does work in this softer setting. But add to this an extremely cringy antagonist, who quite frankly is creepy and uses English in the worst possible ways, leading him to be a character that really conjures a lot of yikes from the viewers. But moving on, the invention of the week structure clearly has a purpose. These lighter adventures are gradually rebuilding Kihachi's confidence and strengthening his relationship with Inako between the heavier materials surrounding his brother and the catalogue. In principle, that is a solid way to develop both characters through action rather than exposition, but in practice several episodes feel more like pleasant detours and maybe even a little bit of filler than meaningful progress. The inventions are interesting, yet the emotional development around them feels a touch restrained. Just as you think the story appears to dig deeper into its central mystery or its relationships, it slips back into another semi-slapstick routine. Episode 5 being the clearest example of the show's tonal problems. And sadly, even the most recent episode, episode 6, has similar issues. The episode suddenly transforming Inako into what is essentially a Meiji-era heavy metal frontwoman? There is a logical connection. The characters use the catalogue to create electrically powered instruments, something that hasn't been created in this era. But the execution becomes so wild that it feels like another anime has briefly hijacked the series. The performance itself is energetic and technically impressive, but the strange 3D crowd shots look noticeably weaker beside the studio's beautiful hand-drawn work. What should be a major moment of confidence for Inako becomes buried beneath spectacle and tonal whiplash. And that really sums up Sparks of Tomorrow so far. Its main cast are somewhat lovable, its main antagonist completely forgettable, its ideas are ambitious, yet the storytelling feels oddly reined in. It has one of the season's most imaginative settings, but has not explored it with any depth or passion that it deserves. At this moment in time, I do not dislike Sparks of Tomorrow. There's too much craftsmanship here to dismiss it, and the mystery surrounding his older brother and the catalogue still has the potential to pull everything together. But 6 episodes in, I am watching primarily for the presentation and for the promise of what this story might eventually become. Not because I'm emotionally invested in what it currently is, but I'm emotionally invested in the possibilities of the relationships between Kihachi, his brother, and Inako, and what that could eventually become. Sparks of Tomorrow is an absolutely beautiful production about people attempting to electrify the future. I just wish its characters and story generated the same amount of energy. For me right now, Sparks of Tomorrow is, if you're not already watching it, it's a skip. If you are already watching it, it's a keep watching. It could develop into a must-watch, but right now, if you haven't already invested time in it, I'd wait for people to finish season 1 and see if it gets there. But that's all I have to say on Sparks of Tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you thought it's any good, if you're loving it, if you're hating it. Just what you think about it, really. Peace, everybody. Take care.